end of the month. I never seen something they call rental fees. Or do you see when you go pay your rent? Do you pay fees for your rent? Do you? Let's say at the end of the month you owe what? You pay what? $5.50. Man, you wish, right? So the guy would tell you, okay, rental fee is $50. So you owe me $600. Do they have that? No, I ain't talking about late fees. We're talking about rental fees. For it? You have those things, Barak. So now these are the things that they use to pent the riba, to smuggle the riba, to put the riba. And after that, they are taking advantage of the weak ones of the Muslims. So it is important for us to know these things, barakallah fikum, of the kufr and the inhiraf. Hayakumullah. Now, in regard to the disbelievers, yes, we got to declare them to be disbelievers. But there are 11 points that Shaykh Fawzaan mentioned. That is a must. He says, فَيَنْبَغِي عَلَى تَكْفِيرِ الْكُفَّارِ. It is a must to declare the disbelievers disbelief. But they are ahkam. They are rules and regulation. Kathiratun. There are many rules and regulation. He says, نَذْكُرُ مِنْهَا مَا تَيَسَّرَ. That we will mention of that which Allah has made easy upon us. Meaning, after declaring the disbeliever to be disbelievers, there are rulings that are there that must be abide by. That must be, alhamdulillah, established. There are rulings that must be established. After, yes, declare them to be disbelievers. Right? It is a must to declare them to be disbelievers. Right? But after that, yes, you declare them to be disbelievers. There are points, there are rules. There are rules that Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and His Messenger alayhi salatu wa salam have laid out for us, have established for us, that we must go by with the disbelievers. 11 of them Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan mentioned. So this is important to know, alhamdulillah. Number 1, أنه يجب بغض الكفار. Number 1, it is a must to have hatred for the disbelievers. وَمُعَادَاتِهِمْ, and having enmity against them. وَعَدَمُ مُوَالَاتِهِمْ, and not having no love for them. He say, حَتَّى وَلَوْ كَانُوا مِنْ أَقْرَبِ النَّاسِ إِلَى الْمُسْلِمِ. Even if they are the most beloved ones to you, or ma'zira, they are the closest one to you from the people. That you must have hatred towards the disbeliever. But here is this out. Having hatred does not mean that you should not be just with them. And insha'Allah ta'ala, it is important for all of us to not just take this and run with it. But there are 11 others that are there that must be, alhamdulillah, established as well. Huh? Right. You want to go by the 11 first, or go one? We dealt with it. Okay. The title? Just the title. It is falling onto 11 ruling. Right? Or you can call it the 11 rules or regulations. Right? With the disbelievers. 11 rules and regulations with the disbelievers. And he say number one is what? Having hatred. Having enmity with them. Having hatred, having enmity with them, and not having no love for them, even if they are the closest person to you. It could be your father, your mother, and inshallah ta'ala, we will mention bi'idhnillahi ta'ala example that from the Quran, barakallahu fiqh, and with the disbelievers. Jazakallah khairan. A first verse, or the first verses that the Shaykh mentioned, hafidhahullah, can be found in Surah Al-Mumtahana, which is, barakallah fikum, chapter number 60. Surah 60, Surah Al-Mumtahana, from number 1 to 4. From 1 to 4. Surah Al-Mumtahana, verse 1 to 4. Abdul Jalil. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا. ارفع صوتك شوية. تلقون نعم أحسنت. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here mentioned يا أيها الذين آمنوا. So here, who is this address? Ahsanta, the believers. The believers. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا عدوي وعدوكم. Do not take my enemies and your enemies awliya'a. Do not take them as friends. Do not take them as allies. تلقون إليهم بالمودة. Showing to them affection. Showing to them affection. Showing to... Now, please. We got 11 to go. We got 11 to go, because don't be just going, wait till we get all together, and then bi'idhnillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala, you will know what is what. You understand? Do not just from here, right? Just, okay, bam. And actually what I will do, which is inshallah proper, let me mention those 11 ones, and we're going to go back and detail it one after another. Because I don't want somebody to just leave here from this and having a kafir relative, whether father or mother, and just say, you know what, I hate you. La. This is not what we're saying. So let us go back one after another. Number one. Number one. So please, you got to write this down, because I'm going to ask, inshallah, at the end of the class. Number one is having يجب بغض الكفار. Number one, it is a must to have hatred towards the disbelievers and to have enmity with them and not to have any love for them, even if they are the closest one to you. This is number one. Number two, if the mushrik dies, if the polytheist die, if the kafir die, he is not to be given or receive from him any inheritance. Yes. Right? It is not for the Muslim to be barakallah fikum entrusted with the janazah. Let's put that one, change it for me, please. Because that one is coming, inshallah. Number two. It is not for him to be barakallah fikum entrusted with the janazah of the deceased kafir. That's number two. Scratch the first, the one I'll talk about, inheritance, is coming down the line, inshallah. Right? Yes. If a kafir dies, it is not for the Muslim to be taking care of his of his janazah. But there is a except. So just put except, and inshallah we'll come to detail this bi'idhnillah. If in case it happened before we cover this. There is a little exception in that. Number three. Number three is that the Muslim does not inherit the disbeliever. Just like the disbeliever does not inherit the Muslim. If a Muslim has parents or children that are disbelievers and he dies, they are not to inherit him, or vice versa. Rabi'an, number 4. It is not permissible to marry Muslim woman to kuffar males. It is not permissible. The worst thing, people don't care about this. They sure don't care about this. Oh yeah. They push their daughters to the kuffar. Go, marry them. So number 4. It is not permissible to marry the kafir male to the Muslim woman. Who they believe they go to paradise? Yeah. They believe in something that is a good Jew. Akhi, there is not such a thing as a good Jew. We covered that hadith, right? What was the hadith? Anybody remember the hadith? What was the hadith that we covered last week? Huh? Please, I'll take that. Ahsanta, and die without believing in me, except they will be in the hellfire. There is no good or, it's not. Here it is about the belief. It is about the religion. Islam abrogates every other religion. The Quran abrogates every other book.
So that's shooting in the synagogue, shooting today, so it's okay for a Muslim to say, that's good for them?
La wakallah, abadan. Never ever. This is why we're talking about even having hatred for them doesn't mean you should not be just. If a Muslim, let me say this, I'm glad you mentioned it. I didn't really have details about this, why I didn't. But I kind of heard a little bit on the radio. I heard the president. Alhamdulillah. I heard on the radio. I heard the president making a comment. That's how I knew on my way here that there was the synagogue being attacked or whatnot. But to say this. Barakallahu feekum. Alhamdulillah. And perhaps the brother can post that statement of our brother Musa to establish. But alhamdulillah, it's never going to be enough to clarify this matter. Alhamdulillah. Isma'u, if, I'm saying if, right? It was a Muslim that is behind this. And you or I have knowledge of that, we will turn him in. We will not negotiate.